What do you see as the goals in stage 1, aside from the general goals of steps 1 through 4?
How I'm thinking of stage 1 is to go closer to the places where each partner is emotionally rigid. And where there's emotional rigidity is where I know the interactional pattern is going to get escalated, and that's going to get stubborn and stuck and rigid itself. And so it's that feedback loop that in stage 1 of EFT, the EFT clinician is trying to lean into and interrupt that place where one leads to the other, whether you're going to track and reflect the interpersonal or whether you're going to track and reflect the intrapsychic for one or both partners. So I'm always listening for where and how each partner's emotional rigidity gets expressed. Could they tolerate me slowing us in that moment? Could they tolerate me going closer, which just means reflecting it, working on it, working with it? Could the client and I get in a conversation about it, and how well might they tolerate that? So in stage 1, I'm already trying to work experientially. I'm already wanting to work intrapsychically because we also know that clients start de-escalating when they get a different signal from the one who matters most. And there's no way to get a different signal until we start evoking different emotion. I'm strictly talking about the shallow end of the pool. I know all of these words could be applied for stage 2, but that's in the deeper water. So I don't throw my clients into the deep end. I want to help them stay in the shallow end, talk interpersonally process in the negative pattern of interaction. But once that's clear, I really just want to work intrapsychically.
So one of the goals is, you said, I want to get closer to the places where the clients are emotionally rigid.
Yep.
And so your goal is to get closer to that rigidity. And can you define rigidity?
Yeah. So as you've also heard from me a bunch, unprocessed pain tweaks behavior. Unprocessed pain, unprocessed fear makes a human rigid. We don't get rigid. Humans don't get rigid for no reason. And so we get rigid when we've endured too much of something, when our nervous systems have gotten overwhelmed, or we've become too alone, or we feel too alone.
Like if I see my husband on his cell phone and I'm wanting connection, right? And he's buried in his phone. And my rigidity would be, if I go straight to rage, is it the speed at which I go into that secondary emotion? Or is it the fact that I can't go to the primary right there, like I can't even feel it?
Rigidity is reactivity. There's not space to be flexible or responsive.
Okay. So I can't go, oh, hey, sweetie, I'm feeling lonely and I miss you. Like I don't have that internal flexibility. I just have one move.
That's right. And I can't give him the benefit of the doubt. He told me there was a crisis at work, so he's going to be having his nose in his phone. It's that reactive stance that all of us have when we need to protect ourselves from feeling too alone, too overwhelmed, too scared, too something. And we all get rigid there. We all get reactive there. And so maybe because I use the word rigidity a lot, what do I really mean? I mean reactivity. And as you're saying, Jen, that speed, that's just one highway, and there's only one highway. There's no other emotion. And it's 0 to 60, that one highway of how I react to defend and protect myself.
Okay. So in stage 1, the goal would be, and just my example is for the therapist to get close to that place where I'm jumping on one highway and going one direction, and to get close to that internal place and linger there with me. And then as I am lingering with me, then suddenly I can get more flexible.
Yeah, as we linger there, it starts transforming, it starts morphing, it starts opening up. There starts to be other data coming in.
I see. Oh.
And as we feel safer and safer to linger there, to linger again, to linger longer, then more and more data comes in. And then we have lots of other options, even if only on a cognitive level, we know no emotion comes by itself. And so what else am I feeling? What else am I feeling? What else am I feeling? But it takes that experiential shallow end of the pool waiting around that EFT therapists are so good at helping their clients do, to know and start making friends with my inner world. Emotional rigidity is when I'm not friends with my inner world.
Ooh, I like that nugget. That's a good one. Emotional rigidity is when I am not friends with my inner world. Let's just say my husband's in his cell phone, I go straight to rage. I am not only alienating him, I am not friends with my inner world.
Right. I can attune to my best friend called my internal GPS called my emotion. I can't pay attention to this data, this buddy, this compass, this GPS. I can't pay attention. I have to, in fact, ignore it. It feels chaotic. It's not that helpful.
Yes, good.